no problem.
Sound like you don't. Sound like
you will already know who you are. No. I told you will fight for this back. No, but I thought it's for international flights.
It is for international flight and then the Lufthansa flights.
I'm privileged to be here today, standing here. Hi, this is a summary of P2B's town hall meeting with Nigerians living in Germany. This meeting was held in the city of Frankfurt, and he started by telling them that although they are living in Germany, they still have a burden of taking care of their loved ones in Nigeria.
Whether you call it exile or refugee or anything. But on top of the fact that you're not even where you would have loved to be, you don't even have peace staying here. Because you still have to struggle to send something home. For every phone call you get,
he promised that if elected, he will make sure that Nigerians living abroad must vote in 2027 elections. On how fast power generation and distribution could be improved and the immediate impact on the economy, he has this to say.
You generate, you add half to 1% to your GDP. The consequence is that Nigeria today, if a committed government can generate, distribute in 5 years, can move from 5,000 to 15,000. I want to be conservative. Could be more. Yes. So by adding that 10,000 megawatts of electricity on top of 5,000 that is there, and make sure that the efficiently distributed, which will not cost you more than at least $10 to $12 billion. You're going to add another 10% to our GDP.
He also talked about sports, how sports can be used to create thousands of employment, and he gave an example of Jamaica. Before we continue, let's hear this guy's story. He's now a doctor. He started out in the University of Ibadan, and he explains how P2B sponsored his trip abroad when he was still the governor of Anambra State. Let's take a listen.
For this opportunity. So my name is Chukwuebuka Edun. I'm a doctor, but Chukwuebuka Edun, you can call me Chukwuebuka Edun. I met him first when I was still studying at the University of Ibadan. So I've already previously presented at the University of Ibadan in 2 different competitions. Then I wrote a letter and I was recommended to attend a summer program in Switzerland. So I wrote a letter to Mr. Peter B, indicating that I would want to attend this workshop, but I cannot afford it, and this is expensive. And I was surprised that Mr. Peter B read my letter, called me, invited me to the government house, and told me that they would fund my participation. Then I went down to Mr. Peter B and it was at the workshop that I discovered there's an opportunity for me to do my master's in Switzerland, so I returned back to Nigeria and applied for the funding to do the Swiss government to do for my master's, and after my master's I did my PhD, and I'm now a lecturer. Wow.
Oh, that's a wonderful story. Brilliant. On how he plans to reduce the cost of governance, P2B recounted how the former German Chancellor Angela Merkel flew commercial airliner Lufthansa when she visited Nigeria.
When she visited Nigeria, do any of you know how she came to Nigeria? He came on the south side, am I right? That is a country, Germany is a country sitting on 3.8 trillion GDP.
On how P2B is influencing the lives of Nigerians, someone from the audience has this to say.
Than China in 1983. Today, Nigeria has GDP per capita of 2,085. China has of 12,556. Today, China has 6 times of what we have. As you can see, I read out all these figures without reading on paper because I just want Oga to know, Oga, we have started to copy you.
If you go to America today, the biggest economy, the biggest richest state is not Texas. It's not number 1. It's not number 2. It's not number 3. It's about number 4. Yeah, that's where the oil is. The biggest state is California. 3.3 trillion economy.
Now, to the high-level politicking that is going on in Nigeria, it is something that we've never seen before. Things are changing very quickly. Wike and his group are obviously the beautiful bride going forward in this presidential election. Wike's group have held discussions with 4 major candidates contesting the presidential election, and now they have moved the politicking to London. First, they held discussions with Bola Tinubu in Paris, as reported by Vanguard newspapers and other media houses in Nigeria. Barely 24 hours after the meeting, Atiku Abubakar flew to London to continue his negotiations with Wike, as you can see in this group photo. Wike's group have also held discussions with P2B in the presence of the former president Olusegun Obasanjo. Whoever Wike and his allies want to support in this election is still unknown at this moment. As they explain themselves, their moves are in the interest of Nigerians.
We are looking at how we can come together and find a way of ensuring that Nigeria survives. Nigeria is on drip. Nigeria is on oxygen. And how can we get out of this? So this is the whole thing about it. Consultation is going on.
These politicians, whatever they say, might not be exactly what they mean. One thing is certain though, Atiku's candidacy is seen as unfair by many Southerners because the outgoing president, Muhammadu Buhari, is from the north, which will definitely hurt the chances of Atiku winning some southern states he won in the last election. Wike also used the opportunity to criticize the former governor of Jigawa State, Sule Lamido, whose son is contesting for governor of Jigawa State under the PDP. Another of his sons is contesting for the Federal House of Assembly. Sule Lamido himself is a senatorial candidate in the same state.
What is going on, it will be for the interest of Nigeria at the end of the day. Consultation, like I say, is still ongoing. Nothing we can say now that has been concretized. Discussions are going on, and we believe that whatever that's going on now is for the interest of Nigeria. Never mind some people who do not believe in the existence of this country. Some people who are just interested in their own. Some people who only know how to produce their own children as governors or members of National Assembly. It is unfortunate that the country where a man finishes to be a governor. Now what the man does again, how his own son will be a governor. And this is what has been part of the crisis we're having. You know, it's unfortunate. And these are kind of people who say they are leaders of this country. What example are they showing as leaders of the country? What are they showing? The leadership is not about you. Leadership is not about you and your family. Leadership is about everybody. Somebody finishes 8 years as governor. Somebody bringing his own son to be governor. Bringing his own son to go to the National Assembly. It's only in this part of the world that you can see that. When we're talking about poverty everywhere.
More donations pouring in for P2B, this time from Isaac Fayoshe. After saying he will donate up to 40 million naira to P2B's campaign,
I will be donating my hotel for the period of 4 months of this election, or 6 months remaining for this election. My hotel, I have 4 shops, I have halls, I have rooms, I have swimming pool, I have a big place for carnival that can take up to 1,000 people. So if you are obedient and you are in Ibadan, now we need to identify our polling units. I think it's about 4,000 polling units. Ibadan alone will be about 1,000 plus. Now you guys, we have a place to hold your meeting. There is no business activity going on there because I want to sell the place. But before I sell, we can use it. Obedient Ibadan or your state alone for now.
All right, we hope you enjoyed the video. In case you haven't subscribed, subscribe now to our channel and enable notification to be notified when new videos drop. Thanks for watching.
I wish this